Manchester City took on Manchester United at the Etihad, and with one of the most boring games that I've seen all season, this had the most exciting ending. And with Manchester United scoring 2 goals in 2 minutes from a brilliance from Amad Diallo, got them the winner. And this is all the teams in the top four were hoping for, a favor from Manchester United, and Manchester United did deliver. And maybe this time Ruben Amorim's era has just started. Manchester City fans got flyers and banners for support for Pep Guardiola, and they seem to be really excited. And in order to pump Manchester City and Pep Guardiola confidence, that could have done wonders, if not only for Manchester United, who dented all these things that they did in the initial parts of the game. Even though one of the banners said that you cannot win four in a row, I think that applies for Manchester City right now, where they cannot win two in a row, two consecutive games. They just cannot win it. They are having their worst season under Pep Guardiola and one of the best seasons for all the rival fans who have been waiting for this to happen. Now, this event really made me a bit sad. Now, I'm not a fan of Mason Mount, but Mason Mount has been struck with heavy injuries that has hampered his Manchester United career. Now, with all the critics and the fan behind him, where they have questioned his playing style, they have questioned his fitness, and if he's really a fit for Manchester United and the squad. And to be honest, he has never got a good run of games. He has always been on and off the pitch, where he has always been having one or the other injury. Now, this was a time where I really thought that he would get a couple of good run of games, and maybe this will boost his confidence and maybe his season will start. But unfortunately, that was not to be there. And in the close to 16th or 17th minute of the game, he again felt something in his leg and he had to be substituted off. And he was brought off, and Kobe Mainu was brought in. With one of the most exciting fixture, the game was pretty boring. It was like a snorefest. It was more boring than how Arsenal used to play or are currently playing. But there are a couple of chances that happened. They were half decent chances, so I took the screenshots for them. There was one where De Bruyne passed the ball to Foden. He takes a good shot. Initially, I thought that it was a horrible shot, but then when I looked at it again from a different angle where they show, and then I saw that maybe it was a bit close. But there was one chance which Bruno Fernandes gave it to Amad Diallo, where it was a brilliant ball, and Amad Diallo, I thought he should have scored there, but even though if would have scored, it would have not been counted because he was outside. But there, it was a brilliant ball that was given to him, and I thought that he should have done better. Now, this was one thing that was good to see, that at least it was not Martinez's job to mark Haaland. I think this was something that Manchester United should have learnt about from the last games that they have played, that they should have somebody with the proper build to mark the one of the main players who are threatening from a corner. And I think Hoylund, I think this was not the way that he should have marked him, but he did the job fairly. He absolutely clattered with Haaland, made sure that he was not getting any room to run past him, and made sure that the ball could not be delivered to him. Even though Manchester United practiced a lot of set pieces and corner routines before the kickoff, it was sad to see them conceding from a corner, and it was Guardiola's header that brought Manchester City the lead in the first half. And I thought Hoyland should have done better, maybe get a bit closer to him, but Guardiola has been known for his scoring ability. He has more goals than Gabriel Magalhaes. That is, he has 8 goals, and Gabriel has 6 goals. One of the most highest scoring defender in the Premier League right now. And I think the header was very well taken. I think Hoylund maybe he could have jumped up, disrupted a bit of the things there, but that was not to be, and thus gave Manchester City a 1-0 lead before the halftime. And just after Manchester United conceded a goal, just a couple of minutes later, we see an embarrassing moment from Kyle Walker where he tries to disrupt the play. Hoylund gets up, tries to square with him, and the heads collide, but there is no real intention or maybe like a headbutt. But Kyle Walker falls on the ground trying to mimic a foul that is done by Hoylund. And I think that was embarrassing. You are winning the game. You are such an experienced player. This is a game of so much of stature that means so much for both the clubs, and still you are doing these kind of stupid things. And I think he should have got another yellow just for his plain stupidity and the things that he was trying to make. But it was not to be. They both got one yellow each, and the game went on. But do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Kyle Walker has not been performing this season. There are a lot of City fans that who has been coming for him in terms of his performance and in terms of the things that he suffered on and off the pitch, but it has not been working for him. But this was a very different thing, and I think it was truly a disgrace on what he did during that moment. Now the second half started as the first half ended with another boring set of the first 10 minutes until this moment happens where Hoylund. Now, I really want to talk about this because for me, this was a plain penalty. I don't know how the VAR checked it, what did they think about it, but they did not give a penalty for this. And I don't even know if it was checked properly. But to be honest, Hoylund takes the ball, he tries to control it, tries to get the ball down, and in the middle of all this process, he's tackled mid-air by Diaz. Now, in all of my theory and my understanding of football, this should have been a penalty. Diaz doesn't touch the ball. He doesn't even make a move for the ball. He is trying to disrupt Hoylund play, who just chested the ball. He's trying to get the ball down, even though right now the ball is in not his control, but he's in line with the ball, trying to make a move as soon as the ball drops off, and he's tackled midair. Let me know your thoughts, but for me, it was a penalty, and I think this was something that I don't know what VAR is doing. One of the games we see the same things given, the other game we see that they are not given, and I think this was where I think one goal was taken away from Manchester United because this maybe another day, another match, this would have been given for sure. This was a superb move that I felt where the maybe the fans will not appreciate the kind of ball that Bruno Fernandes gave here, but Bruno Fernandes gives an absolute superb ball to Amad Diallo. Amad tries to take a header first time and he puts the header very well. It was really going to the far post, but Edison is there. He tries to knock it off and it goes for a corner. But I think the ball was so good. And I think if there would have been any other play, maybe with better heading capabilities than Amad Diallo, I think they could have scored here. But I think it was such a good ball from Bruno Fernandes. And this was the moment where all the Manchester United fans' head went a bit down because we all thought that this was the moment that Manchester United will get the equalizer. And it was a superb ball from Højlund to pick a pass and then give the pass to on the run for Bruno Fernandes, where he takes the ball beautifully. He tries to chip above the keeper. Everton is a bit ahead. He tries to chip it off him. He performs a good chip, but the chips just goes wide of the far post. And this was one of the major misses. Even Bruno Fernandes, he had his head down on the pitch where he thought like maybe this was a chance that could have got them the equalizer. And irrespective of the game that was happening, they would come back with 1 point. But it was not to be, and I think Bruno Fernandes should have done better here. He was not under any pressure. He had the ball with him, and it was just the keeper for him to beat. He went for the chip, but the chip didn't work for him, and it went far from the far post. And in the 86th minute of the game, Manchester City kicked themselves with a back pass from Nunes, which is not taken well. It is slow, and Ahmad is quick to react to it. He takes the ball, drives towards the goal. He has only Ederson to beat, but Nunes comes from the backside and tries to take the ball away, which ends up fouling him. And this is where things change. The referee is quick to award a penalty to Manchester United, and Bruno Fernandes steps up to take it. He takes it beautifully, and this is where, from doing an high five during the first half, Pep Guardiola is putting both his hands on his head as he cannot believe that in the 86th minute of the game, the score is leveled. And with scoring a goal in the 80th minute from Amad Diallo's brilliant on winning a penalty and Bruno Fernandes scoring from the spot, in just 2 minutes, in the 90th minute of the game, the comeback is complete and they have completely turned the game around on Manchester City's head. This is a beautiful pass that is done by Lisandro Martinez. I don't know, I think this was one of the best balls of the whole game where he puts a ball and Ahmad, he tries to go for the ball. I think he was maybe half sure if he will be able to get it or not. Maybe the keeper should have come a bit early in order to claim the ball. But Ahmad makes a brilliant run. As soon as he's trying to get the ball, he tries to lob it over the keeper, run past him, and then finish it off in style. Guardiola does reaches it, and maybe he could have done a bit better to block the shot, but I think he was in the momentum and he couldn't touch the ball, and the ball goes in the net. And this is where Manchester United put the game back on Manchester City and turn the whole thing around. The fans, Pep Guardiola, everybody was shocked that Manchester United have won it. Maybe it was not the best performance from either Manchester City or Manchester United, but it was all about getting those 3 points, and Manchester United have done that. And I really need to talk about Amad Diallo. I think he has been a revelation, an absolute sensation since the time Amorim has taken over as a manager for Manchester United. And I don't know what was Ten Hag thinking. Why was he not giving this guy a chance? This guy is running all over the field, making sure that he does the defensive duties with the pass, with the dribble. There is no exciting player in the Premier League right now. I'm saying in the Premier League, the whole of the Premier League, who is more exciting than Amad Diallo. He can drive, he can dribble, he can shoot, he can pass the ball. He is exciting to watch and he is really hardworking. And as for now, he is grounded as well. Unlike Garnacho and Rashford, who have let the PR thing get into their head, the hype get into their head, they should not be doing these things. They should be more focused on the training, more focused on the goal. And right now, just a couple of days back, you see where there was a leak that Garnacho's brother might be doing it, where they were trying to leak the squad a bit early. The Garnacho's PR team was trying to make sure that they blame Rashford for everything, maybe for the performances, and trying to push Garnacho. And I think this is something that is really sad to see. You are a young player, your job is only to give your best on the field, trying to make sure that you improve with every match day, not making sure that you try to take advantage from different Twitter handles and maybe put the other teammate down. I think this was something that was really bad to see. In terms of the defense, the midfield, and the keeper, they were able to neutralize most of the Manchester City's attack that came from the open play, apart from the one that where they conceded from a corner. But I think they did a pretty good job there. Manchester City, they did had a couple of more half decent chances, but none of them were as threatening as Manchester City would have hoped, being playing at their home. And in terms of performance, I think Bruno Fernandes, I think he was really good. He was trying to make things happen for Manchester United, even though he missed a sitter, but I think he leveled it up with scoring the equalizer and then making sure that he puts on those balls that are important for Manchester United. And Amad Diallo, he is the player of the match for me. He has been exceptional from minute 1 till minute 90th. I think he runs his socks off. He contributes to defense, to attack, to midfield, to position. I think he does everything. And I think it was his determination to win the ball back for the first goal where Manchester United scored the equalizer, and it was his run where even though most of the players would have left it that they might not be able to reach it, but Ahmad goes for it with his full heart, tries to nick the ball off Ederson, tries to lob over him, and then score it in style. I think that was something superb. I think Mount, I think he just got injured. The other substitutions that came in, I think they were not that influential as for me. Anthony was brought on. I thought I'll see something from Anthony, but I don't think he did anything special. In terms of the match position, expected goal for Manchester United were 1.99 to Man City 0.91, big chances 3 to Manchester City 0, total shots 10 to 10, goalkeeper saves 1 to 2, corner kicks 8 to 2, fouls 5 to 14. Manchester City had 491 passes to Manchester City 467. So you can see that they had a pretty much same position. It was just 52% to 48%, which was very good in Etihad. So you know that Manchester United neutralized most part of Manchester City's play in terms of tackle 14 to 24, free kicks 14 to 4, and yellow card 1 is to 1. And with that, Ruben Amorim now has defeated Pep Guardiola with an aggregate score of 6-2 over two of his games that he has played, one with Sporting and one with Manchester United. Since Ruben Amorim has become a Manchester United manager, Amad Diallo has scored or assisted 7 goals, more than any other player at the club. 5 assists, 1 goal, and 1 penalty won. Amar Diallo in this current game, he had 94% pass accuracy, 7 out of 10 duels that he won, fouled 5 out of 8 dribbles he completed, 4 shots, when 1 penalty, won 1 goal that he scored. One of the best players on the field for me. I think he was exceptional. This is really a big win for Manchester United and for Ruben Amorim, and it might help them turn things around for the rest of the season, and it might kickstart their season. To be honest, this winning at Etihad against Pep Guardiola. I know that they have not been performing well, but still is one of the toughest places to come and to grind out a win in the fashion that they did. I think this would have given them a lot of confidence. and I think we might see Manchester United click from now on. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What did you thought about the game? Who was the best player? I know most of you will say Amad, but apart from that, I like Ugate's performance, Martinez's performance. I like Maguire as well. And so I think most of the players they played well. They played according to what Amorim had planned for them in order to make sure that they were compact. They were not leaking out any goals from open play. And I think they played pretty well, to be honest. It was a bit boring to watch, but at the end, what matters is the 3 points. And I think Manchester United coming back with the 3 points from the Etihad, that will give him a large confidence for the rest of the season. That's the video then and there, people. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.